Hi, this is a video about the My Progress tab found in the PLP. This, along with any video, can be found by going to the Kankakee School District 111 CBE website, going down to Student and Parent Portal, and you will find many videos there to help you. To get to the Student PLP, though, you need to go to Google Drive. And you're going to type in there PLP and your name. So I'm using a sample one, but if I was a student, I would type in PLP Brent Johnston, do a search, and you'll find your PLP in there. So I'm going to hit enter. And when I do that, I should come up with the high school sample one, which I'm going to double click on. And you're going to see that I open up to a My Profile tab. There's many parts that can be in your PLP, and some of them will be turned on at different times. But what we are going to look at today is the My Progress tab. So I'm going to click on that, and you're going to see that there's many different parts to it. Basically, the top part of the PLP My Progress tab is about how you're doing according to graduation requirements. The lower part is going to be about how you're doing in specific classes. The PLP is designed so it goes from more general, the whole school experience, to more specific classroom experiences at the bottom. So I'm going to start up here at the top. The very top has a progress bar, which tells you how you're doing with your graduation requirements. It's just a bar to assess where you're at. This one says not on pace. If it says not on pace, that's because one of your portfolios is not on pace. You can find the specifics below. So I'm going to scroll down. And here you see that there's portfolio progress, and all of your portfolios will be listed here. That will include ELA, English, Habits of Success, Math, Science, and World Language, all of them. There are 4 different portfolios as a student you could be working in. So one of them, the first one, is HS1, standing for High School 1 Portfolio, and it's pink. Then there's the second one, which is a yellow-orange, the third one, which is green, and there aren't any fourth ones on here, but they are blue. If I look at each specific portfolio, like for example, English Language Arts, I can see that they're in the second portfolio because it says HS2 here and it's orange. But it also says that one of the 4 are completed. You must complete 4 portfolios in ELA to graduate. One of them is done, which is why they're in the second one. It does say not on pace here, and we'll get back to that in a minute. There's others that say not started, like fine arts. This one's pink. In your 4 years, you must do 1 of them. That's why it says 0 out of 1. So this particular student just hasn't done that one yet. World language, notice it here, it says completed. Current portfolio, it shows dashes there because it is done. 1 out of 1 completed, and it's marked blue completed. There are other graduation requirements besides just portfolios. Like specifically, one of those math portfolios has to be about algebra, and one of them has to be about geometry. For science, you have to do a life science, and you have to do a physical science. And they're listed if you hover over them. These are all things that you must do in order to graduate. And as you do them, they get checked off. So if I want to know exactly how I'm doing in each one of these portfolios, like this year, how I'm doing right now, I would go down to current portfolio progress. And in here you see the current portfolios you're in and how you're doing on them. So for example, English, Language Arts, notice it's a pink portfolio. It says HS1. Performance levels is 6.8, and it's orange. And that means that you're approaching on track. You're not quite on track there. And it tells you that the performance level is too low. You have to have a 7, which is why the 6.8 is highlighted and why this is also highlighted in orange as approaching on track. It is designed so if there's a message over here that it will correlate with which one of these areas you need to work on. For example, Next Gen Essentials. It says not on track and 25%. There's too many missed opportunities there. We call those M's. I can look at exactly what's going on by clicking on any of these. They are clickable, and it will bring you to Slate. And you can look at the very specifics of what exactly is going on there. And if you look in here, you'll see all the different values that exist in here. As I keep going down, you'll see wayfinding is next, and that has to do with Navions. As you complete those, they get checked off as well. Also notice above it, you have a spot that says to view all M's. You can click there to see all the M's you currently have. But if I keep going down, I can now look at how I'm doing in my specific courses or experiences. So right now, this sample student is in Algebra 2, Current Events, English 2, Symphonic Band, Spanish, among other classes. So I can look at exactly how I'm doing all of them. So the top one here, Algebra 2 with Amy Robinson at a 10.9, 100% completion, which is an honors A. And yes, if you are not in an honors class, but you do work that's relatively the same as an honors class, or you're achieving at an honors level, you will get honors crediting. So right now this student is on that track. But also down here at MA English 2, I see that I have in red the performance level and in red a comment. Performance level is too low. And if I look over here, you see that it's at a 6.9, which is a does not meet. So in order to get a higher grade in this class, meaning an A, B, or C, because you need to get one of those 3 grades to pass, I'm going to have to work on the performance level and raise the quality of work and the ratings that I get for this particular class. The way that teachers are going to rate you is they are going to rate you on anything and everything they deem as portfolio worthy for their classroom. So they could be rating you on ELA, of course, for ELA, but they might also be doing NGE presenting. Maybe there's a rating in there for habits of success. There might be ratings in there for even a science competency. Maybe it's doing a scientific based writing assignment. And so everything that your teacher rates will get averaged together into one score. That score will become your grade for that class based upon which grade level you are and how often you have seen the competencies. So for example, if I am a junior, then I've had 3 years of the competencies, I'll be rated using that green rubric to get a grade out of that class. That average is also a progressive average. What that means is if you didn't do so well at the beginning, but you start to do better later on, you're going to get the added benefit of having the later assignments weighted slightly higher than the earlier assignments. It's not a drastic change, but it is a change in the weighting towards the end versus towards the beginning. And in here, I can see how I'm doing then on all of the classes I'm in. Right now, if this is me, I have an A, a C, an A. I don't have a grade. That means I need to work on that one, because right now it would be a D and M, an A, an A, an A. And this one doesn't have enough evidence, so it would also be a D and M because only 36% completion rate exists right now. So how do I know how I'm doing in class? In class, you always need to go to your PLP. If you want to know exactly how you're doing on all of your competencies, the best way to do that is to go to Slate and see how you're doing on those graduation requirements and the specific competencies so that you can help to raise your scores in your classes. I hope this video was helpful and have a great day.